Hello everyone, and I'm sorry for the delayed upload. It took me quite a while to find all the different beef parts for Soma's dish, and I got the beef tail, the beef fillet, the beef tongue, and the beef skirt. The only thing I did not get is the beef cheek because it's part of the beef's head, and the head part, as you all probably know, is a big part of the lymphatic system. Well, we have them right over behind our ears too, and the lymphatic system eliminates toxins and waste from our body, so we don't usually like to eat that part of the beef. Same goes with the pork as well, so I'm going to eliminate that. And rather than saying I'm making Soma's dish, it's more like Soma inspired, because as you all probably saw in the anime and as well as the manga, the details are very vague. The ingredients and how it's made is there's hardly any details about it, so I'm pretty much gonna wing this, and yeah, Soma did it, so I'm going to attempt it too. Hopefully it will turns out as well as his. For a lot of the ingredients, there's not going to be exact measurements. I'm going to add them however I feel like it and taste as I go along. And I'm using the methods, the ways that I usually use to cook meat. So it's more of an Asian, Chinese, Japanese flavored cooking. And this dish is definitely a meat lover's delight because, as you can see from the picture shown, there's hardly any vegetables in there. I don't see potatoes, I don't see mushrooms, I don't see carrots or anything like that. I think I see like 2 chunks of onion, and that's about it. So I'm going to use an onion there as well, and no vegetables whatsoever. So it's going to be entirely all meat. If you're a meat lover, you will definitely love this. So then, without further ado, let's all strap in and head to Yukiki Land. Let's go! First thing, we are going to peel the skin off the tomatoes in some boiling water. It should come off fairly easily. And then toasting the white flour in a dry pan. It should change into a light tan color. Stir fry the diced tomatoes in a bit of olive oil. And over here, I'm melting equal parts butter to flour to make the roux. Just dump it in, mix it around, and you should get something like this. Then melt some more butter and stir fry the vegetables, the onion, celery, and carrots. Stir fry until everything turns soft, and then add in our tomatoes from earlier. You can also choose to use tomato paste from the cans. Because I'm lazy, I use store-bought beef broth instead of making my own. Add in a bay leaf and start boiling until the liquid reduces, and then mix in the roux. I am filtering out the chunks so we get a nice smooth sauce like this. Here is a whole beef tripe. Just look at how big it is. It's huge. Cut it up into quarters and be sure to remove all the yucky black stuff that's on the inside. Just cut it off completely. Boil off all the impurities with sichuan peppercorns and some ginger. And this is an old piece of marinade that I used several times in the past. I'm just going to use a small chunk because it's so condensed. Some more slices of ginger, a chunk of leek, and 2 cloves of garlic. This is a store-bought Chinese marinade. Just add a splash of that. Add some cooking wine. This is light soy sauce. Cook this for 1.5 hours to 2 hours, and it's done. Next up is the oxtail. Same thing, boil off all the blood and other impurities. Remove all the foam, rinse it well, and then season with some salt and black pepper. And then sprinkle on some white flour. Pan fry in some olive oil. Next up is the beef tongue. This is the tip of the tongue. I probably should have left the skin on when boiling it just to make sure it doesn't get too tough. Then take it out, slice it into thin slices, thinner than mine, and then season with some salt and black pepper. And then rub in some olive oil, give it a little massage, and then pan fry it in some butter. Really quickly, it cooks quite fast. Next up is the beef skirt. I am making cross-diagonal cuts on the surface. Then marinated, I'm again using salt and black pepper. Throw in some cooking wine and sliced ginger and a bit of honey. Massage and marinate for 15 minutes, and because I don't have a barbecue, I have to use an oven as a replacement. I baked at 230 degrees for around 5 minutes. Last topping is the beef fillet. I am using some peanut oil and throw in some ginger slices and garlic to stir fry the beef. And then I use some soy sauce as seasoning and some white sugar. Dump all of this into aluminum foil, and I'm just adding a bit more black pepper on top. And this, I'm breaking up some star anise and some 5-spice powder. And now wrap it up and seal it really tightly so no air escapes. I actually wrapped this up twice. I baked this at 180 degrees for an hour as is stated in the manga. Finally, in the pot, add the beef tail, some onions, and a maximum of 4 cloves, not too many. Some demi-glace sauce from earlier. And I also put in some soy sauce, salt, and sugar. And I cooked this for an hour and a half to 2 hours. And the liquid should reduce to about a half. And it should turn out really thick and creamy, like this. Alright guys, here it is. It looks so appetizing, oh my god. I feel like I'm gonna drool just from the smell of this. And first I'm going to try the oxtail. Let's see. And it's really soft and tender after cooking it. I think I cooked it for almost close to 2 hours. Here it is. That's good. And can you guess which one is my favorite out of all the meats? It's actually the beef fillet that we cooked in the oven for an hour. It is really juicy and completely flavor packed as soon as we open the foil. This is definitely recommended. You should try it out. And my second favorite, I usually don't eat intestines, but this one, the beef tripe, is actually quite good when you simmer it down, and you don't usually get that intestinal pungent flavor that you usually get with like liver and other parts. So this is really chewy too, and I quite like it. I would say a huge success. And I hope you guys do try some of the things out, especially the fillet, the way you cook it. Oh, so good. This dish, I would say it's a little bit tedious considering you have to cook each part of the meat separately, but I think it's quite worth it. It only took me 2 days. The first day I made the beef tripe and the demi-glace sauce, and the next day I made the whole stew and the other parts of the beef because they need to be fresh. So yeah, I'd say you need 2 days to make this. And the demi-glace sauce, I simplified it because I didn't want to go through all the trouble to make it traditionally. And I think it tastes pretty good in the end. And yeah, that's about it for now. I will see you guys next time.